Okay, so it's been long. Let me see. Oh, can't turn this way. Okay, so it's been long. I did this. Hold on. I did the question and answers video on my YouTube channel. So I'm going to quickly run to some of the comments and uh, respond to the ones that deserve response. Um, Meanwhile, for those who uh, want a free response to whatever query you have, yeah, you can always post it on my YouTube channel. Just come to any of the videos or post and post the question or whatever inquiry you want to make, or just drop probably whatever it is, even if it's not a question, but you want me to respond to it. If you want private consultation, then yeah, my number is always there. That's 08095721703. But please note that is only for WhatsApp or Telegram chats, that in terms of messages. It's not for phone calls. So these are only people who want to talk to me like privately or on offline, even if you're online, but it has to be tell me privately. And then remember, it's not for free. If you want to do that, you have to be ready to pay. Either you pay the full 5-year consultancy service, which is currently 50,000, or you pay one off, which is 5,000 right now. So if you're not ready to do that, don't bother, because you're not going to get any response from me. People have been sending, trying, calling. Even after saying this thing, they will keep calling that number, expecting I will pick the call. And sometimes they will send nasty messages when they didn't get what they wanted. Please, when you do that, I'll block your line. I don't joke about that. Once you send any kind of nasty message, something like that, on this line, I'll block it on WhatsApp, Telegram, however. And please don't also contact via SMS. I will not respond to it. I won't have to be loading my airtime to responding on this thing. The online one, which is WhatsApp, Telegram, is basically free. All you need is to be online, have a data. So if you cannot respond, you can't contact me there. If you feel it's too big for you, then you have to pay. If you can't pay, then don't. Okay, moving on. So this is a comment from Jonathan this. It says, nice spirited drive. What tuning work have you done on the engine? Looks like Abuja, am I right? So this is a comment on video I did on my 505 when he had the new 2.0 SN1A engine. I did just about a minute or two video. Just it wasn't really like quick acceleration like that, fun drive, or just normal stuff. So was it? I can't even remember. Okay, so yes, I stay in Abuja. It took place in Abuja. The video, the drive, tuning, nothing basically. The 2.0 liter engine in 504, 505, that's regarded as SN1A. Of course, we have SN1, but I'm talking about SN1A. All you need is have it stock. People do all kinds of things, like they will remove the double barrel carburetor that comes with brand new and put single barrel carburetor. Of course, the performance will drop drastically. The car, the one sold in Nigeria with the carburetor, that's I try to remember the model of that carburetor. Is it Z13434, something like that? That is a solid double barrel carburetor. It produces about 110 maximum. I think maximum about 110 horsepower. Within that range, you could say just approximately 100. There are some countries that they reduce the power, same engine, but I think on the carburetor it was they use different carburetor just because of emission. But in Nigeria, I think they let all hell loose. So it has more power, especially in a country like Nigeria. So I always tell people, carburetor is actually what determines how the torque and the HP, the horsepower the engine produces. That's what I mean. The maximum the engine can let go or let out. Of course, every engine has a maximum power it can produce, but the carburetor is what manages it. You can use carburetor and reduce the power the engine can produce. Even the engine can produce up to 200 horsepower, but there's a carburetor you can put, it will reduce it to 100. No matter what you do, can't go beyond that. So I didn't do any tuning like performance tuning on the engine. So yes, I love the engine. Right now, the engine is no longer in the vehicle. I removed it. Like the engine is now kept for GL project. So that's 504 GL project. So that is it about that. Moving on. So this is from Alexander X, responding to a video I did on ATF. He said there's two kinds, 1200 and 1200G. What's the difference? Which one better for AL4? Hold on. Which one better for AL4 with not very good friction crush? This is a response or video I did on liquid moly ATF Top Tech 1200. So this ATF is very good for AL4 and AL4 4HP20 AM6 automatic gearboxes you find in Peugeot cars. I've used them and they've had good results. The vehicles I use, and people that bought, there was a time I was marketing it as well, or more like selling. So people that bought from me had good results. I remember a client that his AM6 was acting up. He was already acting up as if the gearbox was about to fail. Doing all this sharp shifting, making all those beam sound and the rest. So he bought about 8 liters. He first bought 4 liters, did it. Maybe there was slight improvement, but the issue remained, and he now bought another 4 liters. They did another oil change, and it solved the problem. He hasn't complained ever since. This was like 2 years ago, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, it's a very good ATF. Liquid moly, Top Tech, 1200. So in terms of the differences between the 1200 and 1200G, I don't know. I'm not an oil expert per se. All I do is just look for what is recommended for Peugeot and push for them, for such oils. So I encourage and recommend as far as it's recommended for Peugeot engines, transmissions, brake fluids, and systems, all those stuff. So I don't know much differences between these two. You might need to contact an oil expert, or you read it on. You can visit Liquid Moly app or website and read further on these two oil ATF they have. I don't know, like I said. So it's up to you to find out. Now moving on. This is a review of this is a comment from review I did on my 547 V6 Coupe. So this is from Kwazi Ijaida Bisgu. Okay, probably not in Nigeria. So it says, good evening, sir. How is work? Please, I have a question about 406 EW10. There are two EW10 in 406, EW10J4, EW10D. So I don't know which one you are referring to, but I will assume you are talking about J4, which is more common. So air do come out from petrol tank whenever I unscrew the cap. When I notice that the tank gets swollen, I want to know the issue, sir. Thank you, sir. I don't know. The thing about usually The fuel tank has a ventilation system. It was designed to to design with that vent system. So, but just that people do abuse that system. They keep filling up the fuel until fuel start coming out from that hole or fuel filler hole. So it's wrong. Peugeot says after the third click or stop, you should stop putting fuel. That's if you put on the fuel pump or nozzle as you are putting fuel in the tank, you get a point it will cut off. That's once the fuel is about to fill up the tank, it will cut off the first one. You try to say you continue the second time, it will cut it off. You continue. Once you get to that third click, you cut it off, stop. If you continue, then you are already messing the fuel delivery system, the fuel tank, and all those things, and what's it called, canister system. Fuel, especially for petrol engines, they have this canister boxes depending on the vehicle model. Some are attached on the fuel tank, some are closer to the engine bay. So as you are doing those things, you are messing those canister systems up. What's it called in other cars, like evap or something. So that could be the cause. Maybe that canister is now has blocked because of raw fuel probably that has gone into it, or maybe there's an issue with your fuel tank. Maybe your purge canister, even when the purge canister valve is bad, I don't think you can give that symptom. No, my point is there's an issue with, you probably may have to bring down the fuel tank and look at everything up to that canister box. So that could be the cause. I know this is not the first time I'm hearing this, but I don't want to be specific because of how the other vehicle issue was solved. Because a lot of these things can cause it. All this, I will regard this mostly as an abuse. That will what will lead to it. We also need to be sure whether the car was originally EW10 J4 engine, because most time when people convert like from diesel to petrol, they don't swap in or use all the petrol fuel tank components. They just assume that it doesn't matter. All those post canister vacuum lines, or not necessarily vacuum line, you call it vacuum line per se anyway. The canister, but they don't swap in, they don't install all those things. So they expect that the fuel delivery, the system will work well. So you also need to be sure, was it converted from diesel or from one engine model to another? When it was done, was all the system swapped in that works with that engine in terms of engine management system? So those are things you need to look at. Hold on. Normally, when I read these things, I click on like so. Since there's a response to it, let me see. Okay, it's not opening. Let's see. This is another comment. This hold on. Somebody is disrupting this network connection. So this is another comment on my video review on the 407 coupe V6 coupe. I say, why do you cover your speedo? I actually explained it on the video why I do cover it. I don't think it's worth responding to. Look at someone's comment here. It said this from Donna Ebele. Now, because of busybody, I'm a law enforcement agents. If you do not do it, somebody go leave waiting him they show us begin they talk about breaking the law. As son Ajabi, we don't have autobahn here, so you got to use your number 6 always. Yeah, so Donna Ebele is correct. So yeah, a lot of busybodies online, you know. Um, so, moving on, hanging out with from Afco. This hello, how can I get in contact with you? Almost all my videos, you always find my email address, my WhatsApp business line, um, on either the video description or on the comment section pinned. So you can always contact me from any of these two, the number, phone number, or email address. Um, okay, this is from Eric More. Say, bro, how much can I get a Peugeot 505? Please, I need one. Um, you have to be willing to pay. Depends on how you want. There are ones you could get cheap, but of course, when you buy, you restore. If you want such ones that already been messed up, but you can get them very cheap. But yeah, that's all I can say. But if you want the one that is as clean as mine, which probably was why that's why you got inspired and want to get yours. You have to be willing to pay. That's if you find whoever that will sell. I mean, um, how do I put it? In fact, let me put it in a different way for you. Um, Even if you offer me 7 million for my own 505, I will not sell. So that you understand. Even 10 million, yeah, let me put it in a different way. So it all depends on what you are willing. In fact, I always tell people, you see this my 505. I don't think any other person can be able to maintain that car. I'm being very honest. No other person, because I do the repairs, every diagnosis, everything, except the mechanical parts where I know is very common with every other 505, you know. But in terms of the uniqueness of that car, in terms of the engine, no other person can be able to. So if you just don't get so excited when you see me, praising my 505 V6 and you see another 505 V6 and you're rushing. I mean, trust me, it's not a car. I've made that mistake and realized that no other person, even here in the north, understands or know how to diagnose and fix that engine. What I mean engine, I'm not tearing it apart, being able to diagnose, because issue will always be coming up, you know. Unless you have access to me, I have somebody, are willing to pay like the consultancy service fee, or be paying my the bills or whatever I charge you. That's the only way. For now, no other person. I'm not. You might think I'm boasting too much. No other person. In fact, like in Nigeria, I can tell you right now, unless the person, is not online, or it doesn't even need to be online. Because before I got to where I am with this car, there's no kind of inquiry I did not make. Nobody could find anybody that knows how to fix 505 V6. So don't go and buy it if you don't know how to fix that car, you know. So if you're buying, I would recommend you buy the normal carburetor engines. If you are not the one going to do the repair, if you are not the one going that you are not ready to learn how to fix 505 V6, diagnose and fix, buy the normal one, the local mechanics in Nigeria, those who did 504 in the mechanics in the 70s, 80s, 90s, that are still around, that can fix for you. So people that I see almost every day I drive out this car, almost everybody, please, begging, is it for sale? Please sell to me. It's just I don't have time to do all this explanation. Even if I will say to you, that car will not last in your hand. You see this my very father looks so every time I crank it start, give it 1 month with you. You will be so frustrated that you may end up converting it back, putting carburetor engine. Because you can't handle it, baby. Nobody know how to diagnose the car. Let me put it in I keep saying that. If not me, this car would have been gone long before now. It won't be in existence. So don't get so excited. unless you can be able to do the diagnosis, repairs, and the rest. So, um, moving on. Um, how to change ATF automatic gearbox in Peugeot vehicle. What happened to total LVMV? Okay, I did a video about a 407 with the AM6 gearbox that I changed the ATF. I use what's the name of this ATF? Manual 8218. So it's a recommended oil for the gearbox. That's what's it called? JWS 3309 or something, if I can remember correctly. The total LVMV is not recommended for AMCs. However, people do use it. I've used it too when I was when my Z9 had that gearbox. I used it, So I'm just saying, when you have the recommended one, why bother with the one that is not recommended? MVLV is recommended for 86, not AM6. So if you want to use MVLV, go ahead. Like I say, it's not recommended. Could serve you. In my own case, I did use it. I didn't even, was it less than a few months later I did the conversion. So I can't say authoritatively whether it will serve the gearbox well, because I didn't use the oil long in the gearbox before I did the conversion. I removed the gearbox, even though there was nothing wrong before I did that conversion. I removed the gearbox. So I wanted to point it out. Now, in terms of quality of the manual ATF 8218, I know somebody as a technician in Europe that I've had discussion with. He used it on his Z9 V6, and the gearbox was already acting up as if he has failed, So he bought about 8 liters, did the service, on and on, drain put, and there was a little bit improvement. Then months later, he just felt that the issues really hasn't gone like that. So he bought another 8 liters of, in other words, he used about 20 liters, not just 8, up to 20 liters to service the gearbox, and the issue with the gearbox went away. It was this manual 8218. He's a Peugeot technicians in Europe. So this was like personal conversation I had with him on this oil. So in terms of quality, there's always this risk that what you see in Nigeria might not be. I believe there will be the genuine ones in Nigeria, but it may not be all of them. So it depends on how do you know who is selling the genuine manual 8218 ATF. So that's all I can say. But whether it's bad for AMCs, that is wrong. And I mean, someone has used it and worked for him, and is also recommended. So it's not just about another person's experience. I'm telling you, it's recommended, and someone used it and worked for him and confirmed personally to me, not like I read somewhere. I know. So high speed. Okay. This is a 307 video I did on 307 with EW10A engine. This is from Donald. He said, what was your top speed? Oh, let me write this so I won't come back to them again. I don't understand this. So what was your top speed here? For me to cover the speedometer means I didn't want to show you my top speed. The thing is, I didn't even push the car that hard because I know it's a fuel economy engine. That's talking about EW10A 2.0 liter petrol engine you find in 407, 307, which other Peugeot model that comes with that engine. So for me not to show you, I didn't want you to know, since I covered the speedometer. However, it wasn't like I didn't drive it the way I do drive my V6. I know the limit of the engine, So, but in terms of performance, I prefer it to EW10J for the one it succeeded. I know people in Nigeria like EW10J4 more because of familiarity when it comes to diagnosis and repair. But if I were to go for any of these two, as a own this engine in any Peugeot model, personally I'll go for EW10A, not EW10J4. Okay. Same Donald. Oh, he said, "Dear Ken, I need a good 307 auto to start with as a car owner. I've watched, followed you online now and trust in your judgment of selection. Kindly help us, sir. Good morning, Donald. I don't know what you mean by help. If you want me to get a 307 for you, I do. Number one, I do advertise cars every once in a while. Um, so probably you may have to be on the lookout where if I see a 307 advertised, and from the way I'll talk about it on the advert, if the car is what going for. But I always go for a car. I don't like advertising crap, So I was like, unless I did not do, there are some cars that probably I didn't do any what's it called, inspection on them. You just see me, I'll post it and say, hey, if you want a project car, you can go for this. But in that case, you see, I always put the number of the owner directly, so that you go and sort yourself out with him. Won't get involved, like tell you, okay, the car is good enough. No. So, or you contact me via the WhatsApp or email, we'll talk, and Telegram. We'll pay the pre-purchase inspection fee, then I'll get a good one for you. After I must have agreed with your budget, because your budget matters if I'll provide the service. If your budget is too low for a sound, whether Tokumbo or Nigeria use 307, I will not accept or provide the service for you. So that's how I work. There's no point collecting money, you paying for a service, knowing that I won't be able to get you that vehicle, a sound one, with your budget if it's that low. What's the point? So those are the things. That's why I say it's not something I have to discuss here. You have to contact me to discuss, talk about your budget, and I'll tell you, okay, it might work or it might not work at all for me, or it could take months, weeks, months, even more than a year before you get one that cheap price. They do come out once in a while, as somebody who want to desperately sell his good vehicle below the resale value in that case. But for me to take it up and start going around the city looking for something I know is not on average possible, I won't waste that such time, because it's like you're going to burn all my resources for nothing. And you still will not allow me to rest, because to you have already paid me to get you a sound card that is impossible to get at your budget. Okay. Moving on. I don't know what this one is. This from Louis Tyler. Probably will remove this. Let me see. Hide user. I don't like people coming here to post all this nonsense. Okay, this is a comment from Samaila Pandi. Say, enjoy yourself, Odogu. This is a hangout I had with Famako. Post I posted. Low speed drive, Peugeot 307 2.0 EW10A Auto Air4. Okay, one of the videos I did. This from Donna Ebele. It's very good. However, the sound is not factory fitted one. Looks like the chin-chins have been stolen or exhaust pipe ruptured. Yeah, the 307 with that EW10A I drove on that video, the exhaust was modified. So it's not like broken or catalyst out. It's modified with a different what's it called, muffler or rear exhaust port. So that's why it's producing that sound. This is from on the same video. Another comment from Abubakar Zana Ali. He said, "Can you do a review on the 307cc, please, in terms of suspension, handling, fuel economy, and speed, and also cost of maintenance too?" Yeah, maybe in future I'll do that. Yeah, it's a good suggestion. If whenever I have time, I'll do it. Okay. So moving on. Okay. This another, this from Mazo Emi or whatever. He said, King Monk don't reply comments. I mean, if you, what's the point to respond it to you? Let me just click it so I won't have to come back again. Okay, this is a post I made concerning 407 Coupe. So this from Jonathan Chiemelie. He said, are those for sale? Of course, one of them is mine, and another is belongs to someone, a military man or an army, high officer, not even a distance. So I can't talk about is there. No, they are not for sale. This from Aguenu Richard. Hold on, let me see. Since this internet is acting up, hold on, guys. I want to respond to some of these questions as much as so that I won't have to. I don't know when next I will have time for it. Okay. So. Is this person from Agwenu Richard? He said, I still love my Toyota Corolla. Come on, I posted a picture of 407 Coupe and you are bringing in Toyota Corolla. Are you well? Seriously, what's the relationship between the post and what you're saying here? Nobody is disrupting or disputing your love for your Toyota. We are not discussing Toyota. I didn't even compare it with the 407 Coupe. But on a serious note, if you want to go there, what is Toyota Corolla with 407 Coupe? I mean, were you born yesterday? Or is this your first time of using a vehicle? You don't even know the difference between a performance car. What is the Corolla? Beg. Moving on. Non-start issue diagnosis and repairs on Peugeot 407 TW10J4. This S. Emmanuel said, please, does 308 SW come with the 307 1.6 liter engine? Yes, in the S. Emmanuel, yes, the 307 do come with that 308. It has station wagon. Actually, you carry a station wagon, but it's actually estate for 308. I don't think it's possible they have station wagon, but mostly all they have been seeing is estate. Estates have the normal front and the rear seat directly behind the front seat, but the SW will now have one additional seat in the boot. So I hope you know the difference now. So yeah, but for the estate, the 308, yeah, they do come with that engine by factory, not conversion. However, most of the ones you see in Nigeria now are actually conversion. Maybe from what's it called? Which of this engine? VTI 120 or THP engines, they do such conversions, and sometimes they mess it up. So, but yeah, you can get one. That's one I advertised recently. I advertised one, which was factory engine on that station estate. So yeah, they do come, but be careful. Don't buy one that if you are buying, even if it's they converted it from one engine model to that TU5JP4 engine, be very careful, because most of the ones I've come across, the conversions were not properly done, and they were nightmares to drive. Okay, so that, if that makes sense. Let me see. Oh, this is Jonathan Chiemelie responding to the guy that said, I still love my Toyota Corolla. He says, this car and Corolla not be made. Yeah, thank you for that response. I mean, it makes no logical sense to start bringing in such, I mean, who do that kind of comparison? Okay, so this from Eze Emmanuel. Okay, I responded to this. So this one starts to Artica. Say I have a 607 now, 407 Coupe. Hold on. I have a 607 now, 407 coupe might be next if I buy another Peugeot. Yeah, so 407 and 607 are two different vehicles. Especially, I'm specifically 407 coupe. Um, they are two different vehicles in terms of performance and the rest. Maybe one day I'll do a video on that. They all have their pros and cons, depending on how you want to look at it. So I have different experiences driving them. They are not, you won't get the same experience if you drive both. So get back up. Maybe I'll do that. Yeah, I'll make a time I do a video on that. But however, I know I've done some kind of comparison. I posted it in my this thing, so I look at the two. I think I've done that. Have I? I can't remember. Um, this from Laban Do. He said, I wish to own another Peugeot 406 Prestige. Yeah, 406 is a car that it's just like a 504 back then, that it can be very hard to let go of. That's how good 406 is. I'm talking about good ones, the ones that are well maintained, not the wrecked ones. This one Levels. It said Peugeot 406 is the only car that can take me nonsense. To me, it is the greatest. I'll buy as many as I get. I already have 2003 sedan and 2001 wagon. Yeah, 406, like I said, is just a car. When it comes to Peugeot, just something else. I've said so many things about the 406, so I don't need to keep repeating myself. Never owned French cars, to be honest, since they have, according to me, a shady reputation. I prefer German and Japanese one. You are so ignorant. What's the name? Alexander Wiseman. Yeah, the people like you are people that who lives under other people's opinion. You don't. I hope you are a man, because if you are, you should be able to make your own opinion. Because all you do is people like you go online, look at what other persons are saying, and say, oh, it doesn't have good review, do reputation. So, seriously. Because the discussion here was about, I think I asked, would you buy another Peugeot vehicle? You know, you probably have never had, because from what you're saying, you have no zero experience with Peugeot vehicle. Yes, you've already concluded, you know. You love your Japanese and your German cars, but for you to say, oh, now that Peugeot, because of what some useless and uninformed people are saying online about all Peugeot vehicles, that means they are not good enough. It shows a kind of, I don't know. Grow up and be a man and be able to make your own decisions. Stop living in childish world. Let me put it that way. Okay, moving on. Yeah, these are Alamu Akim. I just buy 407. I love it, but the fuel consumption is very high. Please, what can I do? I don't know. You didn't state what engine model is. Because sometimes people will move from one. I don't know. Is this your first vehicle? Because if it's your first vehicle and you are saying the fuel consumption is high, how do you know if the fuel consumption is high? If this is the first time you are experiencing owning a car. What if that's how cars normally consume fuel? Do you expect that if you put 5 liters, the 5 liters will serve you, will run the car for 500 kilometers? I don't know. Or is this your second or third car or your first time on Peugeot experience? When it comes to 407, did you upgrade it from maybe a 4-cylinder to V6 407 and you expect the fuel consumption to be the same? Notwithstanding, what if maybe it's possible your car also have some issues, injection issues that makes your car consume fuel? Could be that there was an abuse on the injection emission system or engine cooling system and the rest that could affect your fuel consumption. It could also be the car was converted from one engine model to another and the conversion was not properly done. It could also be your driving style. Maybe you drive very harshly and expect the fuel consumption to be the same with a person that drives gently in the street. There are people that immediately they start their vehicle, they even from 1 kilometer to another in the street, they will be pushing the RPM to up to 5,000 from one gear to another, between gear 1 and gear 3. Every time they are pushing the RPM. expecting the fuel consumption to be that low. Do you check your tires? Are they underinflated? There's so many things that affect fuel consumption. So I don't know. It's not something that I'll be able to tell you here. This is the cost. So have your car properly checked by someone that knows, understand Peugeot system to know what the issue could be. This from Ankaman Nemon. It says, hello Lanking, what model and engine is this? This is video I did on Peugeot 3008 with THP engine, THP 163 engine. That's a Peugeot 3008 2014 model, and the engine is THP 163, which is stated on the title of the video. Okay, moving on. My Peugeot 406 jacks when I try quick acceleration. Okay, I think I responded to someone's question or something. This is Wanda Lima and Ali. This is the problem I'm having with my car at the moment. However, my car jacks while idling. Can the same approach be used? I don't remember what I said in that video. Honestly, I don't know, but it could be a different issue that's causing yours. I don't know how I came to the conclusion of. I can't remember. Maybe I have to watch the video again, but the best thing is just have the car properly diagnosed by a good Peugeot technician. What to do if Peugeot shows engine oil pressure? Okay, I think I did a video on this. This is from Sylvester Uduadena or something. Say, can leaking camshaft oil seals cause the oil pressure light to display? I can't think so. I don't know. I can't remember any car that I've worked on having that kind of symptom, showing that kind of warning, only to find out it was from the camshaft or seal. No, I don't think it should. Depending on engine model anyway. I don't even think, because even the VTI engine that do have this seal issue, there's one seal on the camshaft between the camshaft defacer that do fail. Instead it will give underpower issue and be showing camshaft defacer issue. So, but oil light, no, I don't think so. So I don't know. It's possible, but practically I've never come across one that have oil camshaft oil leak, seal leak issue, and was showing oil pressure issue. So probably you have more issue than you think with on the engine, on your engine. This one Abubakar Zanali say, how much is the Android media player, please? That was, when did I do this video? Was it last year or so? Check this thing. You see the model about, go online, check the current price now. So I can't be able to tell you this is the exact price. And you have to check. Things have changed. The exchange rate have changed. So many things. I ordered it outside Nigeria, not in Nigeria. So you have to check online to see how much it costs. That's the Android media player I put in my 407 coupe that is asking of. Okay, this one, Daniel Richenter. Please, sir, how do I contact you? I need your help. Again, my number is always on my video description or the comment section. You see a pinned comment. It's not always the case, but description, you always see my number there and the email address. You contact me via, the number is only for WhatsApp or Telegram chat messages, not even video call, unless we have an agreement. After, I must have exchanged messages on the WhatsApp to entertain a video call or audio call via that WhatsApp number. This one, Woodini Abubakar, thanks for your advice. Can you please guide me to someone else in Kaduna if you have any? I always put a phone number of, there's one technician I use who is very good. In other words, I refer to people in Kaduna. Maybe I'll get his number and post it as respond to you. So I'm not going to click this like button here. I'll wait, maybe when I get that number, I'll post it there. I hope the person wouldn't mind me putting his number online. I think I will not mind. Um, Ezra Cole is Celestine. He says, please, sir, I just bought a 207. The car doesn't have P, just, and I think I responded to this before. Maybe I didn't click this love button. I think if 207 with that have that kind of system is the one with that auto manual gearbox. It's a horrible gearbox. I don't like it. It's not the gearbox itself, the system, the entire system of the transmission, the thing that works with the transmission. It's a manual gearbox that is electronically controlled. So it's the what usually fails is the electronic part of the gearbox or that what controls the gearbox, not the gearbox itself. You should have asked this question before you made the purchase. That's why I always tell people make use of an expert when you are buying a vehicle to do the pre-purchase inspection for you. Well, hopefully your own will serve you well, but that gearbox I will run for my dear life, you know. Awulu Abdullahi, good morning. I've been following your channel and appreciating your advice. Please, which engine is less problematic in Peugeot 308, THP 156, VTR 120? Thank you. I appreciate your response. He said, which engine is less problematic in Peugeot 308 automatic? Both engines have their issues. TSP 156, you see, 308 has up to 3 or 4 TSP engine. They have TSP 140, TSP 150, and then TSP 153. So that makes it like 4. That I'm talking about T7308. Now you talk about the VTR 120 engine. So if I were to go for 308, of course it has to be a TSP engine. TSP engines is the ones that have turbocharged engine. You know, VTI engines they're also okay. You know, the only thing I would say both of them, all these two engine model series, they have maintenance cost is much higher compared to the petrol engines that we are in 207. So that's the best I can say. They do have their issues. Turbocharged engines have their THP, if depending like your turbocharger might fail, your high fuel pressure, high let me repeat it again, high pressure fuel pump, is it? High pressure fuel pump, yeah, HPFP, yeah. It has two fuel pumps on this THP engine, one in the tank and one on the engine. So the one that will cost you more is the high pressure fuel pump if it fails. VTI engine, they don't have much component like that, like the THP engine, but then their camshaft diffuser issue can be a pain in the ass if it starts. Now, it's not like you must experience it, but if it starts, you may have to search for. I've said that one probably will have to search for that ring. It's like a seal, but it's a ring attached behind or directly under the camshaft diffuser. So which can fail and start giving you all kinds of problems. Most technicians they won't be able to detect the problem. They will keep from one mechanic to another until the owner will get frustrated and either scrap the car or change the engine, or they will tell the person to convert the engine from that VTI 120 engine to TU5 JP4 engine you find in 207. So those are the reasons why some of these things. So less problematic, basically they're just the same in terms of issues. Less than same like I say, apart from the THP is just that it has 2 additional components. Other than that, I'm not saying only 2, but turbocharger stuff. You know, maybe one day I'll just do a video on this too. I think I must have done that, explaining in details, not just about 308. There are other Peugeot cars that have that engine, so that people will be able to make up their minds which one to go for. But for me, I always go for the THP engine just to enjoy that power it comes with. So this is another question from Daniel Uchenna. I said, I want to purchase a 407 V6 automatic in Abuja today. I need you to help me inspect it. Well, it's already late, but it's just I don't work that way. You know, if you want me to do inspection, Pre-purchase inspection, we'll have to discuss and talk about it. Because it's possible I don't have the time at that particular day you want it. So we have to talk. I also need to know if you want me to check a particular car, I need to know the location of the car in Abuja. You can say Abuja, yeah, the vehicle could be in Nasarawa State. I don't go that distance for car inspections. So that's a special arrangement. So why in market for this from just Jodisi Films. I will be needing your expertise soon enough, sir. Okay, be waiting. Randa book. It said brown head gasket, replace oil and coolant use. Okay, oh, the video I did on THP engines. I said brown head gasket, replace oil and coolant, use bars, leak head gasket repair, and it will probably be okay. No, you are wrong. What actually affected is a THP engine that oil was mixing in the cooling system, engine cooling system, not inside the engine. So eventually what I found that caused it was the oil cooler. That cooler that is attached on either the engine, both on the engine and on the gearbox. So the one I believe that did it actually, even though eventually decided to change the gearbox as well, was that of the engine. It was, I think, probably it wasn't even the cooler itself, but the gasket on it was what I believe that failed. I started mixing those things, so it wasn't. I want to believe so, or it was probably the cooler itself. So it wasn't the head gasket, So that's why I didn't even bother to go there in the first place. I know that head gaskets, these engines, I know how good their head gaskets can be. It's only if it's mixing inside the engine, then we'll start talking about head gasket. Okay, this is from Pablo Garcia. Pablo Garcia Leonda. Okay, this is about post I made about a 505 V6 belong to someone with automatic transmission. So that was when the car was told out from my place. So he says he prays that the car will return as manual. The problem with that is where we even find the conversion kit for the 505 V6 to do the conversion from auto to manual. You won't even find it. Where will you find the what's it called? The flywheel, the manual flywheel, even the gearbox. Because the 505 V6 manual parts are completely different from the four-cylinder 505 engines. So meaning that to do this conversion, you need to get a another 505 V6 that has manual transmission and take the keys from there. The gearbox, the flywheel, the clutch kit, come on. So I don't even know which one is easier, to look for another automatic gearbox that is hard to find, or to look for the conversion kit from auto to manual. No, the car is still where it was told to. It's a long story. Rolling Stone, my car is misfire. When I want to move, I glad I change the injector, still not working. What may be the problem? Please have the car properly diagnosed by project experts. It could be anything. ES9J4 is a nice engine. This from 7th Sim. ES9J4 is a nice engine, but ES9J4, okay, ES9J4S is a nice. Okay, I think I've done some of this thing. You know what? I'll just stop this video here. Maybe later on I'll come back and do another video. I think I've gone through some of these videos before. Okay, so like I said earlier, if you have, you want me to respond to some of these queries, you have one, you want me to respond to it for free, just come here and post it. I'll make out time and respond to them. Okay.